So wider feet. And not sitting so right on top of the ball. If I sit right on top of the ball, there's a bit of a danger as we sort of do little movements side to side of falling backwards. And you really, really don't want to do that. So sitting slightly forwards on the ball or wedging your ball against something at the back so it can't go anywhere. So both those options. And just check that your feet can hold you there. They're not slipping around. We can have our hands on our waist or on the ball. If you're feeling wobbly, put them on the ball. If you're feeling okay, put them on your waist. And breathe into your hands. And as you're breathing into your hands, just grow a little taller. That's it. And then place your hands on the front of your ribs. Maybe one hand at the back. There's a tendency on the ball, because we sink down into it, for this sort of pushing forward. So if you're a bit of a back archer, and I think that might be everybody in this group, all of us, 100% back arch group here, it's something to be aware of when you're on the ball. Is it making you do that? Give me a nod if it's making you do that a little bit. If you think it's a bit archy at the back. Yeah, okay, me too. Just
so when you say arch, you mean arching it out as opposed to arching it in?
Going inwards. So if I to the side.
Sorry. Sticking your bum out. Okay, yeah.
So if it feels like your bum is sticking out, mine feels like it's like on the other side of the So it's just being a little conscious of that and pulling back slightly. So now let's grow tall with this slight feeling of just pulling these front ribs back a little. You don't want your back to bend over. We're just trying to take that arch a little bit out of it. And now I want you to push into your feet and bring your toes up, and you're going to go backwards a little bit and then go forwards. So you might have your hands on your knees, your hands on the ball if it's feeling a bit wobbly. And then put the feet down. Now we're just going to move the toes and the rest of the foot, keep the heel down, up and down. So your feet are doing that same action, but they're not pushing the ball anywhere. Lovely. And then take it down. Bring the legs a little closer together. You don't want to feel too unstable, but you want your feet pointing broadly forwards. Now we're going to go into pelvic tilts. We already know there's that feeling of this coming forwards and our bum sticking out at the back. So let's again touch the front and just pull back a little bit. And then see what it's like to do some little pelvic tilts. They are small on the ball because we're sort of sinking down. We're having to sort of counteract a lot of things. So just little ones. I don't think the ball is amazing for pelvic tilts. But what does work nicely on the ball is if you put your hands to the side and now give your hips a little nudge to the side, like 1, 2, or 1, 2. So that little side to side, it's great for that. And then you could put your hands maybe on your shoulders and see how still you can keep this bit whilst you wiggle your bum side to side. And the ball just really lends itself to that. And you get this nice sort of hip hitch thing. That's when your hip's coming closer to your armpit. And it's just having a little lift up. So it's just getting a little bit of strengthening into the hips. That's it. And then come back to the middle. And now we're going to push the ball with our bum round in a circle. We're going to get all the sounds. Please make all the sounds. Just to cover up the big farty sound of my ball.
This is the noise Winnie made yesterday after she had a very bad night with bellyache.
Oh.
You wouldn't think so much noise and smell could come out of such a small whippet.
So the whippet won best in show.
Yeah, but she wasn't a patch on Winnie. I think Winnie's much prettier.
Yes. Yes. And then go the other way. And then come to stillness. It's all quiet again. Now I want you to move around in circles, but don't push through your feet. So the circles now are much smaller and much quieter. That's it. And then the other way. I say quieter. Mine appeared to be quite noisy. That's it. And then grow tall. We'll give the back of our head a little tap. Take the face back and just turn your head a little, side to side. That's it. And you're going in a comfortable range of motion for you. And then keep your hands on the ball and look forwards and start to give your shoulders a roll. So if your hands are on the ball, it just keeps your arms really long. If you want them closer to you, put them on your legs. That's it. And then the arms can just rest. So it might be here or here or here, anywhere they feel nice. We're going to move the feet. Let's lift the toes, just the toes up and down. My feet are just disappearing out of shot, so I'm just going to shuffle back a little bit. So. And then keep the toes down, one heel at a time. Now, I want you to think about this more as a squeeze at the back of your calf than how high can your heel go. Because we'll all have a bit of a tendency to sort of hyperextend this front part of our foot, so it's pushing forward, and not feel much going on with the calf, so smaller than you would normally do. And then take the feet down. Now we're going to touch the ball at the sides and we're going to bounce, but we're going to stay quite upright. So just get a few bounces going. That's it. And just see if you can momentarily just hold it slightly, a bit like you're on a horse.
I must try and do that without the noise.
Perfect. Now, this is going to depend how secure you feel. If you feel secure, you might get a bit of a clap in every now and again. We're not going to do this for ages because you can feel it at the back of your thighs potentially. I can. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
I feel it at the front of my thighs.
Well, yeah, there as well, actually. Yeah. It's quite a good warmer upper though. Goodness me. Oh, last one. And then just have a little pause. And if you've got a drink to hand, you can grab a little drink. Right, now we're going to sit as tall as we can. Imagine that your spine is against a wall and place your hands in front of you, quite low down. And your hands are going to slide forwards. They're not going to drop down. Slide your hands forwards and your head and your back are just coming away from that wall. Pull your belly back a little bit. So your back's going to bend around your shoulder areas. It's going to flex. Then take your arms out to the side like you're doing breaststroke, big wide arms, and come up. Perfect. Push forwards. It's like diving into a pool in very slow motion, but as you dive in, you're pulling your belly back. Gives you a bit of stability on the ball. Take the arms out to the sides, bring your head up. Gorgeous. So go really slow. It's like we're going really slow motion. And you're breathing anytime you want to with this one. And one more. Gorgeous. And then let the arms come down. And we're going to turn it palms up now. So our arms are ready to come up a bit forwards. And I want you to scoop up and just press into your feet a little bit. And then come down. Scoop up, press into your feet a little. This is the fronts of the thighs again. Come down. And one more. Lovely. Come down and just have a little wriggle. Now we're going to do some side bends. Going to keep the bum and the feet still, and we're going to do little teapots. So you're just making a handle up the side and reaching your spout outwards. And we'll swap to the other side. Just keep that ball as still as you can though. Very nice. one more time each side. And then we're going to bring the arms down, give them a rest. Going to go into the feet again. So we're all sitting with our legs fairly wide. Let's go back to those heel raises, one at a time, up and down with the heels. And then seeing if you can get that little transition when you lift one up, then the other, and you sort of, I'm not talking very well. You go one up, the other up, one down, the other down. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You're smiling at me, just generally.
Yeah.
That's it. And now I want you to try both, up and down. And then we're going to keep our feet down and bring the feet a little closer together, not too close, because it suddenly gets, it just changes. So we're just going to try 2 together going up and down. And you might go one and then the other, or that little swap over. And then feel what it's like as you're doing your heels, whether it's one at a time or 2 together. Feel what it's like to bring that motion that we did with our arms before, these sort of floating upwards. That's it, growing tall as you do it. It doesn't matter whether you do it when your feet are down or when your heels are up. Just do it whenever it feels right. That's it. Next one's different. We're going to go up, and as the arms come down, we're going to turn. Just touch the ball between your legs and somewhere to the side. Come up again and turn. And just keep that going fairly slow. So you're getting this rotation, but you're thinking about it as you're doing it. You're not just sort of going around really fast. There. And one more each way. Then put your hands on the ball. It's going to give you a little bit of stability. You can either rest the hands on the ball, or you could press into the ball or press in with fists if you want to. We're going to start to do the heel raises again, but try to lift a foot just very slightly off the floor. Now it does start to feel a bit wobbly and a bit side to sidey. So to counteract that, we're going to do just one side. So keep one foot down. This is the foot I'm keeping down, and try and lift the other foot. Really press this one down. That's what really makes the difference. Lovely. It's like you're trying to start something and it just won't start, and your foot's just going over and over it again and again. Perfect. Swap sides. That's it. I can hear the feet doing it. Perfect. Now see what it's like to do one side and then the other again. Yeah, big difference. You just sort of warmed each side up and got it going. You could even try and bring your legs really close to each other. It is quite wobbly, I will say. I'm a bit more comfortable with a bit of distance. But walking them in and out, I like that. It's quite challenging for the wobbles. And just seeing how high they want to go or not. And then take it down, and you might want to bounce. I'm going to go for like a bit of a wiggle side to side or a circle, but you also might want to bounce up and down. Right, we're going to have a little bit of our legs going in and out. So you could rest your hands on the ball, or you could put your hands somewhere else. So we could put them like on our chest, or you could put your arms out in a Cossack position. That all makes things a bit more challenging because it's a bit more wobbly. If your hands are on the ball, it's helping keep it a bit still. So just choose where you want to be today. I think I'm going to put my hands on my chest. We're going to heel toe our legs out and then in. Don't worry about how wide you're going to go, just a bit in and a bit out. And what we're trying to do as we do this is the ball stays as still as it can. That's it. Oh, hello, Winnie. So I'm just going, it's that time, is it? I'll just watch you from up.
We'll see mummy wobbling around on a ball.
That's it, lovely. And next time you go outwards, take it to a width that you like for quite wide legs. And bring your hands down. Now we're going to push the ball side to side. And as you do that, you want one leg to straighten a bit and then the other leg to straighten a bit.
Ooh.
That's it. Now in this position, coming forwards a little bit helps. So try to lean a little bit on one leg a little, lean to the other leg. And you're in a sort of hip hinge position, ultimately. Your back is flattish. It's not curved over. So you lean to one side and lean to the other. But if you'd rather stay upright, you can stay upright as well. This is when you might find that your feet are slippier than you realise as well. Now, I'm just starting to lift my toe up. So we just lengthen the back of the leg a little bit. And switch over to the other side. Even with grippy socks on, I find the rug is not as grippy as it could be. That's it. And there's an option for doing things with our arms here. You might not want to do things with your arms. You might just be quite happy doing your legs. If you want something with your arms, you could take the arm right over. So there's that option. And it might be a little bit, it might be all the way. And you get that stretch over the side. But you don't have to do that. We've done quite a lot of arm stuff already, so you could just stick with the legs. And it might be you just want to put your hands in the centre, or you're going to lean from one side to the other a little bit. So. And then come back to the centre and bring the legs in a bit, especially if they've got wider and wider. I feel like they've just gone out to the sides. And we're going to bounce again. Now this time we're going to bounce a little bit more forward. So instead of just being up and down, it's like you're about to stand. And what you might like to do in between is sit and then move your feet and just pump the blood up the legs and then do another bounce. And then move the feet and pump up the legs. It's like you're doing a little drum roll with your feet. We're not going to stand yet, by the way. But could you, next time you're down, push the ball back and then push it forwards. So as you push it back, your legs get straighter. That's it. And just a few times like that. Perfect. And then sit upwards, leaving the legs alone for a moment so you can change the position if you want to. Bring your arms into your sides so they're in an L shape. Your palms are facing each other and your elbows, you can feel them somewhere at the sides. We're going to keep the elbows touching us, but just slide them back a little bit and then let them go forwards. Slide them back. We're trying to feel something across here. It's a sort of chest opener. So just, it's a small movement. That's it. That's it. And one more of those. And then we're going to widen our legs again. No bouncing, that's coming back. But one hand on your legs and the other hand just having a little sweep across. And then swap to the other side. And then bring your hands back to your thighs. Now we're going to bounce to a standing position if you want to, or you might stay on the ball or go onto a chair. We're going to do that sort of standing section. It's going to be quite short. So little bounce to get you there. And when you're ready, come up to standing. Just going to change the camera for a little bit. So different options. It might be that you do a little hip hinge with your bum going back and you just touch the ball and then bring your arms up. Touch the ball, arms up. So that would be much easier on the arms, much softer. And you could also do that sitting. Perfect. It might be that you're going to use a smaller ball. You could put it on the floor, but you don't have to. I will put it on the sofa if I don't want to bend too much. And I do the same, touch the ball, take my arms up, or I could touch the ball, lift it up, and then put it down. If you're happy lifting your whole ball up, you can hold your ball, push it up, put it down, stand up. You can keep doing that without putting it down. And if you like to test your reflexes a little bit, you can add in some bounces of some sort. So it might be you do a little bounce, oh, and a little up in the air. And then you might do your hip hinge and not go so far.
I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you, Kerry.
All right, lovely. See you soon.
Bye.
That's it. Very nice. Always feels odd bouncing these massive balls. Quite satisfying. And then we're going to hold the ball, small or big, and be as upright as we can. And just sway from foot to foot. Now I can see walls behind people. Great idea, because it's really going to help for the balance, because that's the bit that's coming next. We're just going to try and lift one foot slightly off the floor. So it might be a heel raise. It might be your foot comes off the floor. Doesn't matter. So just see what that's like. That might be your place where you stop. And if you're doing that seated, just lifting that foot off the floor, lifting a heel off the floor, just the same. I know you can't see me because the ball's in front of your face. Perfect. Now, the other thing you can do whilst you're holding the ball, if you can lift your leg up and down a little bit, just see what it's like to touch the ball with a bit of your thigh and your knee. And try not to biff it out of your hands. Brilliant. And then put your feet down. If you like, put the ball down, I think I like as well. And just give everything a little bit of a wiggle side to side. And then we're going to do the other side. That's so funny, the ball goes up and just fills the screen. Right, we're going again. A little sway side to side. And then you're taking your weight to one side. And you might take your heel off the floor. You might float your foot off the floor. It might go and keep touching the floor. It can do. And then we're going to lift the knee and the thigh towards the ball. And I'm trying to do it without bumping the ball. That's it. Or I can see marching going on. If you like your marching like that, keep going. Perfect. And then let the ball go down. Make your legs wide. And you could do this standing or seated. Push the ball diagonally across. Just reach with the ball. You can either keep your bum and legs still, and it's just your upper body, or you can let your legs bend and go a little bit side to side. We're just trying to keep our backs fairly flat. That's it. If you want to make this longer and really reach across, you can do. What I find better for resistance is to use the back of your hand and the back of your arm and push that across. And that stops you just sort of maxing out and doing a great big lengthy stretch, but with no end to it. And just pushing the arm a little bit into the ball, just to feel a bit of resistance. Last one each side. And then we're going to go onto the ball. So I'm going to show you different ways to go onto the ball, especially if this is a real new thing. So if your knees are okay, do it from kneeling. It's so much easier, and you can go onto the ball that way. You want to feel that you're going on a diagonal, your head is higher than your bum. The other way you could do it is from like a lunge position and sort of take the legs out like that. What I like is sticking my feet against this, because then I can't go anywhere. I've got a bit of grip and somewhere where I feel sort of like secure. You can also, from your chair, have that ball as close to you as possible and put your arms there and sit like that. Is that, Ellie, is that how you are at the moment?
I'm now over the ball.
You're on the ball, are you?
Yeah. Let me
Swat. Okay.
Yes, yes, I can see it now. Perfect. I'm just going to adjust myself so I can get in that position. So if everybody's looks like they're on the ball, you're all good. For a while, let's just flop over it. Let your head flop over it. Just hug it like it's a big squishy. Have your legs quite wide, and that can give you room to have a little bit of side to side. That's it. You want to feel that you can move this ball, but you're not going to fall off it. The weight is towards your bum and your feet. If you take your weight forwards, we may find we're off the ball. Now bring your forearms to the front of the ball, and they're almost stacked on top of each other or over each other to give you a little bit of somewhere to press without hopefully getting into too uncomfortable an area. That's it. And shift your weight slightly backwards so you can feel either you might have long legs or you might be in your all fours, but the weight isn't like this with your knees off the floor and your sort of head going down. It's towards the back. And we're just going to take our nose towards our arms and then our nose away from the arms. Nose towards your arms, nose away, and your neck nice and long. Yes, very nice. And then see what it's like to hold your head up there. If it's not nice, please could you take it down again and maybe go back to the nose, touching your arms and taking your nose away. If it's okay, just hold it there and take one arm out to the side, sort of like a T shape. And then put it back and then the other arm. And then put it back and have a flop. We're going to do the same again. So nose is facing the ball. We lift our nose and our head away from the ball. We'll take one arm out to the side. You could try taking the other arm out. See what it's like with both arms. If it's too much, please do one at a time. If you've got both arms there, try taking them backwards towards your legs and then out to that T shape. We're not going to take them forwards today. I'm just going to work on this sort of backwards. That's it. Perfect. And then could you flop back down on the ball? Give it a little hug. And then we're going to go down to the floor, lying down with our legs on the ball. Please take your time. You might want a cushion under your head. You might want to change things that are on your feet. Just legs on that ball any way you fancy. So I've got mine hugged really close. I quite like it in contact with my thighs. And I'm just letting them have a little sway side to side. Don't do anything really hard. Just make it nice and gentle and get yourself used to this position and this change. You can let your head maybe have a turn if you want to, get your arms comfortable. That's it. Your feet right on top of the ball, so your heels are sort of on top of the ball and digging in a little bit. And just push that ball forwards and backwards. Then I want you to work your heel down the ball a little bit. And push forwards and backwards. Your legs get longer as you do it. It feels like you can stretch them away further. You might be able to do one more of those. That's it. Lovely, lovely. Now, if you're super tired, I would keep going with the double legs, just pushing backwards and forwards and just enjoying that movement. Keep it nice and soft. If you would like something more, we can put one leg. So next time we bring the ball in, put one leg in tabletop, not touching the ball, and use the other leg to go forwards and backwards. It's going to make the abdominal sort of core area work harder. That's it. And then we can swap over. So bring the ball in, put the other foot on it. And then you've got this leg that's floating in a tabletop position and one leg extending away and then getting closer. That's it. And then bring the ball in so your heels are on it and your legs are about 90 degrees, but the ball isn't touching the back of your legs. So there's a bit of abdominal stuff going on. There's a little bit of control going on your belly. And bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders drop down and your palms are facing each other. We're going to start circling these arms outwards. It's like you're drawing two really big circles and your shoulders and the backs of the arms start to brush against the floor. Now you can adjust this if you've got arm things going on. You could take the arms out of it and just keep going with your legs, or you can make the circles just really, really small so your arms don't extend so much. That's it. And we're just trying to keep everything else super still. Ball still, your belly and back still, and you're just giving your arms a bit of movement in your shoulders. Last one of these. Now let the arms flop down to the floor any way they want to, and bring that ball closer till you can feel it on the backs of your thighs, and put your legs quite wide apart on it. You're going to hug it in a bit. So that means you've got to press the back of your heels into it a bit. Otherwise it'll sort of slide away and your legs just sort of go all flopped. So hugging it in a little bit, and we're going to sway side to side. Start small and keep that ball hugged into your thighs. That's it. Now, if you feel like your head turning the opposite direction to your knees, bring that in as well. So as your knees go one way, your legs go one way, your head rolls the other. But it's really rolling nice and slowly, just like your knees are swaying up really slowly to the other side. One more time each way. Then we're going to push the ball away and put our feet on the floor and bring ourselves to our sides and push ourselves up to sitting. Your ball may be rolling in all sorts of places. I'm going to put my ball behind me and lean against it for this next one. We're going to do a little side stretch. So legs can be whatever's comfortable for you. Ball could be behind you, or you could be sitting up with nothing behind you, or sitting against something. Hands either side of you. We're either going to side stretch over the top like that, or you could take one hand over to the other hand and give it a little touch, a little rotation. Or a bit of both. So you might go over the side first and then bring one hand to the other hand. That's it. And the last couple of these, whichever ones you want to finish with, whether it's these rotations or the side bends. And then come back to the center. Just give your shoulders a small roll or shrug. That's it. Turn your palms outwards, scoop up the air and take a breath in. Bring your hands together and into your chest. Give yourselves a clap.